voice of Dixie State College. Dixie Sun News.
Welcome to this week's edition of Dixie Sun News. There has been a lot of talk about the Macklemore concert this past week.
Fans from all over came to Dixie State University to attend the concert celebrating spring break. Reporter Flory Wenzel has the story.
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis hit the stage, giving Dixie State University a spring break kickoff concert.
Behind me is the line of students waiting for the Macklemore and Ryan Lewis concert. Some students have been waiting in line since this morning. This is the biggest concert DSU has ever seen.
Macklemore came as part of the Woody Tour, bringing more than just DSU students to Dixie's campus.
I am most excited about seeing Macklemore.
I am most excited for Macklemore to sing the only two songs I know, Thrift Shop and We Dance.
Other side.
Other side. Yeah, Other Side's probably my favorite one.
We're like beyond number 1 fans. We're like number 0 fans.
Fans dressed up, danced, and screamed to get their spring break started off right.
We just got
that thrift shop theme, you know?
Yeah. His is like fake. Mine's mink. Real mink.
I'd be like, hey, Macklemore, can I have your hand-me-downs? Probably. Yeah. Something like that.
I love your song, Thrift Shop. You're awesome.
Actually, I'd ask him for a ride in his Cadillac. Yeah. I hear that thing's pimping.
And with all the excitement, thanks goes out to Dixie State University student government for bringing Macklemore to Utah.
I'm so surprised that you are in Utah, but I'm so happy that you're here and thank you for this awesome concert.
Reporting for Dixie Sun News, I'm Flory Wenzel.
Dixie State University had great publicity hosting Macklemore as part of the MTVU tour in conjunction with the university. MTVU will be played on screens throughout the campus.
Dixie State has had a lot of attention after receiving university status this past month. Earlier this month, the school dedicated its first building as a university. Maddie Jacobson has the details.
Songs and trumpeting heralded in the newest addition to Dixie State University's campus. President Stephen Adald dedicated DSU's new Science Center on March 1st. The Edward H. and Idonna E. Snow Center, formerly the Val A. Browning Library, is the first building to be dedicated on campus since the university transition.
I've just been really extremely excited for the completion of this facility.
The renovations have made 10,000 square feet of lab space available for students. The building features new labs for chemistry, geology, and geography, and includes space for ovens, a weigh center, an electron microscope, and a mass spectrometer.
Hip hip hurrah! Hip hip hurrah! Hip hip hurrah! The snows. Grab a handle. Are you ready?
Although the building was dedicated, the construction is continuing, and completion date is set for sometime in July. Reporting for Dixie Sun News, I'm Maddie Jacobson.
Students and alumni are pleased to have another new building on campus. It is exciting to see what new buildings will bring.
Student involvement around campus is one of many things that makes Dixie State so great. Every month the club is chosen for the title of Club of the Month. Reporter Calvin Smith has the results for this month.
Today, the Club of the Month will be announced right here in the Gardner Center Conference Room B. Here at Dixie State University, the clubs work closely with the student body officers. The clubs will have the opportunity to do service projects, participate in school events, and even earn merit money with which they can fund club activities. Clubs at Dixie State University are required to attend an ICC meeting once a month. Among the scheduled topics, who will win the Club of the Month contest? The Club of the Month is selected by the student body officers and announced by the student body president.
This club has been very amazing, and they came out of nowhere this semester with so many different activities, and the passion that they have is just amazing to see. That their president is very active, and I wish the president was in the room right now, but he is not in the room. But we definitely want to acknowledge ROTC as the Club of the Month, and we definitely want to applaud them.
My name is Justin Durham, like I said, president of the Army ROTC Club on campus. We're associated with the ROTC And so most of the time when you're an ROTC student, you're automatically in the club. It's kind of like a dual citizenship, I guess. You join the class, you join the club. Our primary obligation is to help students to learn how to serve and to deal with stressful situations and environments. So the main thing that the club does is, number one, we want to teach the students how to interface with the public, teach them how to interface with the college, other students, and then teach them how to serve, give back, and deal with the stress that can come with being a college student, and then also having a lot of obligation to serve and things like that. So the club serves as the outlet, the release for the ROTC students.
The manner in which we go about selecting the Club of the Month is we'll come in the room. Previously, I'll have my members that are part of my council think of 3 clubs that they feel have been the most active, that's had a great presence on campus, that have been, just really engaged in our campus life and just social atmosphere with our department and with just doing their own events. And after they name the 3, we'll see which clubs come up recurrently on the tallies. Then we'll trickle it down to 3 left if we're tied, or if we're not tied, then it can end up being a unanimous decision. But in the end, we all come to a consensus that the club that has received the most votes is the one that's the Club of the Month.
All of you guys who are in this room are so active as clubs and organizations, and I definitely want to thank you guys so much for participating and donating a lot of your time to be a club president, to get these organizations up and running, to keep them functioning, and just to keep them vibrant and keep this campus alive. It blows me away to see you guys as club presidents do the kind of jobs that you guys do with the different other responsibilities that you guys have.
Calvin Smith, Dixie Sun News.
The ROTC will be doing a food march this month collecting non-perishable food items. Be sure to look out for them throughout the community.
Basketball season has come to a close for Dixie State University. Reporter Heather Dake is on set with us today with an overview of the men's basketball team. Heather?
Yes, Samantha. The season has ended for DSU, but we can't overlook the great accomplishments this season. The men's basketball team went out strong in the conference tournament, winning their 4th Pac-West championship in a row, and our very own Steven Larson winning the MVP of the year. The Red Storm continued on to the West Regionals with a number 4 seed, but fell short in the opener to Cal State San Bernardino 75-69. Coach Judkins admits they didn't have the greatest game, but gives credits to the Coyotes for coming out tough. It's sad to see the basketball season end, but there is a lot to look forward to next year with several returning players. Back to you, Samantha.
Thanks, Heather. The History Department has put together a series called Unheard Voices. The program brings in speakers from all around to discuss topics that may be sensitive to the public.
From topics such as racism to sexual abuse, the Unheard Voices program here at Dixie State University exposes its students to issues that have happened in our world's history and also helps broaden students' knowledge of things going on in today's society.
The main thing with the Unheard Voices program is to expose students and community members here at Dixie State University to a number of different diverse ideas about the world. We've looked at history ranging from gender history to racial history. We've had our very first speaker this semester was a former Fox News contributor, a man by the name of Larry Schweikert, who's a world-renowned conservative historian. He came in to talk about aspects of conservative history. We've had folk musicians, we've had modern dancers, we've had a little bit of everything. Tried to look at history from all sorts of different perspectives this semester.
The Unheard Voices program can open students' minds and help them become more aware of the world around them. They can also voice their ideas and opinions on issues in our society today.
You don't realize what's going on in the world. And voices like this and stories like this need to be told. So things like this can be prevented. If you put yourself in the shoes of these people, I couldn't imagine what they're going through and how they could get over it, and it's very important.
I think it's important. I mean, it's interesting to see how many people really have been raped and have been victimized of something like this, and it's important for the media and everyone to understand how big of an issue this is.
Unheard Voices has a wide range of topics. They can be told through stories and personal experiences, interpretive dance, and even reenactments.
Last week we did an interpretive dance. What else did we do? racial segregation.
You know, they put into song, dance, different ways to people so people can connect to history and what history is and what lies ahead.
For Dixie Sun News, this is Michael Siri.
I think it's really cool that Dixie State University offers this program for students because, maybe they can find someone that can relate to what they've been through.
I agree, Samantha.
That's our show for this week. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Dixie Sun News. For all the latest campus news, I'm Samantha.
And I'm Julia. We'll see you next week.